The main indicators in a footprint is the volume, or what you see in the semi-transparent. The color of the volume actually does not really matter. That's why we put it in gray as a background for the delta. And this is the delta green. This is the red delta. Another indicator, it is delta divergence that you can observe right over here or right over here. You can set your footer in a separate panel as it is right now and set height for the footer as 98%, or you can do it as overlay on the charts and set the parameter for the height somewhere between 20 to 45%, so it's not overlapping over the main chart candle bars. Sometimes it looks like this footer is hanging in the air and there's too much space between the bottom of the footer and the timeline. To adjust the space, we may click over here in the properties and adjust margin lower from the 5 to 1 or to 0. The first parameter in our footer is alignment, vertical alignment with the candle bar. So the candle bar, because we have one column on the left and two columns on the right, it occupies 30% on the left and 70% on the right. So this is the same settings we should have for our footer. We should have 30% on the left and 70% on the right. This way, we have vertical alignment between the footer columns and the candle bar. To make sure the settings are correct, go to your footprint properties first and see that on the footprint we have left column as 30% width and the right footprint column we set for 70%. So then we use the same numbers in the footer properties. The left shift is 30% and the right shift is 70%. Another part of the footprint is divergence indicator that shows us divergence. It is divergence between the delta and the bar. This bar is a green color while the delta is negative red. Let's take a look at this bar. It is still red while the delta already green. Next bar is red and the delta is green. Let's take a look at this bar, which is green, and the delta is red. And it is a divergence. When we see the same color for delta and the bar, there is no divergence. When we're seeing uptrend, and there's a lot of green delta going up and up and up, moving our price higher and higher, we start noticing that there is a negative divergence that indicates that this trend is exhausted, and now we may go in opposite direction. We can adjust the way that divergent indicator looks like. For example, we're going to the footer properties and then scroll down to the section for delta divergence. The radius in pixels set to 6. We can make it larger and set to 10 for the sake of this presentation. Now we can see it is larger in size. We can tune in the delta divergence sections how it looks like with these colors and the radius and the distance. The height, distance in pixels mean when we make space between the bars less than 4 pixels, then this delta divergence will no longer be displayed on the chart.